group of St. Joe's kids. Also, after the incident, they fled in the car. So we were able to get the occupants of that car. From that point, we went and interviewed a Mackenzie Trefocante, who was also an occupant in the car. After members of the police department spoke with everybody else there, and I spoke with those two witnesses, we developed Raul Valle as a suspect.
And is Mr. Valle in court today?
He is.
And what is he wearing?
He's wearing a blue jacket.
And can you point him out for the court, please?
I can. He's sitting right there.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant in this case?
Court will let the record reflect that the witnesses identified Mr. Raul Valle as the defendant. Thank you.
Now, based on your interviews and your development of suspect and identified a suspect vehicle, what efforts did you take at the scene prior to leaving the scene?
So before we left the scene, we knew that a knife was used in the stabbing. We did look for the knife in the exterior property of 43 Laurel Glen and the road and the surrounding roads. Very difficult that night. It was dark. There was a lot of people around, and we didn't have any information exactly where the knife was at that point. But we did look with our flashlights, with our car spotlights. That carried on into the next day. Moving fast forward, we had 2 state police cadaver dogs arrive in the daylight, and they searched the entire area, the surrounding streets, the property, with members of the police department looking for the knife.
And if I direct your attention to States 1, can you indicate on States 1 where the general area you conducted the initial search for the knife you just described?
Sure. So here's the property with the front yard. We started here, but we actually looked all up and down the roads. This entire area. We also did a neighborhood canvass and spoke to all the neighbors. 1, did you see a knife? And number 2, if you do find a knife, please not touch it and call us.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, if the record can reflect, the witness has indicated on States 1 the area including all of Adams Drive, all of Laurel Glen to Farmhouse Lane, and up Farmhouse Lane in that general area.
Any dispute with that summary, Attorney Smith?
No, Your Honor, no
All right,
objection.
court will allow the record to reflect. Thank you.
Now, after you did the initial search that night and the next day for a knife, what did you do next?
So after we did our interviews that night, the sun was coming up. I interviewed
You can have a seat.
Tom and Charlie Connery at their residence with their parents present. After that interview, we were able to develop probable cause for an arrest warrant for Raul Valle.
And was an arrest warrant applied for and signed?
It was applied for that following Monday.
And contemporaneous with the signing of the arrest warrant, were you able to locate the Honda Pilot that was the subject of your interviews?
So we were. So that night, if I can back up a few of the steps we took, after we knew who the occupants of the Pilot were, we went to Milford and we attempted to speak with Mr. Valle, but nobody was home. No one answered the door. So then we went to another occupant's residence, Tyler Da Silva. When we arrived there, we were unable to speak with him also. We reached out to the driver of the Pilot, Jack Schneider. We were unable to speak with him. So then we went back to Mr. Valle's house and still no answer. I obtained his cell phone number and I called him numerous times. I wasn't able to get a hold of him. So we moved on with the investigation. The next day, we sent Norwalk Police Department out to Jack Schneider's residence and asked if they can locate the car. When they arrived, it was there, so we requested that they tow it, and they towed it back to our secured sally port at the Shelton Police Department.
Your Honor, I have first
Certainly.
States 30 through 33. I don't think there's an objection to them being marked as a full exhibit.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you've had the opportunity to take a look at them, Attorney Smith?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So court will go ahead and allow in as full exhibits with no objection 30 through 33 on behalf of the state. I'll be properly marked as full. No ID. We'll just hand it back to Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Now, when you were able to secure the Honda Pilot that was the subject of the investigation, you said you secured it in the Sally Port?
Yes.
And do you know if pictures were taken?
Yes. Well, we applied for a search warrant first when it was granted. Then once we executed that search warrant days later, we took photographs, the interior and exterior of the Pilot.
I'll show you State's Exhibit 30. That's been marked as a full exhibit. You recognize State's 30?
I do.
And what is State's 30?
That's the Honda Pilot.
And what is the purpose of taking pictures of the exterior and interior of the motor vehicle that's seized?
Well, to show the condition it was in when we seized it. And
Showing you State's 31. Again, what is State's 31?
that's a picture of the windshield of the Pilot.
Showing the defect in the windshield.
Yes.
State's 32. A picture of, what does this picture show?
It's the interior of the Pilot.
What would be the purpose of showing, taking pictures of the interior of the pilot?
Well, the state of it was when we took it, and if we were going to seize any evidence, the state of the evidence it would be in.
This would have been taken prior to any seizure of any evidence?
Yes.
State's 33, this is obviously the driver's side again, picture of the driver's side of the pilot.
Yes.
Now, once you were able to seize the pilot and apply for a search warrant and execute a search warrant, you indicated prior in your testimony that you were able to secure an arrest warrant for the defendant.
Yes.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what steps that you took after that arrest warrant was signed, what steps you took to execute that warrant?
After we secured the arrest warrant, I believe it was the Tuesday of the 18th, we spent the day into the night searching for Mr. Valle. We were unable to locate him. We reached out to both his parents, but they were uncooperative in helping us locate him. It turned into the following day. We could not locate him until about 3 in the morning. He turned himself into the Shelton Police Department.
And when he turned himself into the Shelton Police Department, what was done as part of the booking process of the defendant?
Well, the standard booking process, and we took, the booking photos, but I believe it was Lieutenant McPadden who was on scene when he turned himself in. He took photos of Mr. Valle because he had some apparent injuries on him.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Court will let the record reflect that defense counsel was shown exhibits 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43, all of which are photographs, indicated no objection. And again, that's no objection to those exhibits coming in as full exhibits, counsel.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, court will receive into evidence 34 through 43 on behalf of the state. Thank you.
So you indicated that pictures of the defendant were taken some 72 hours after the incident when he turned himself in on May 18th?
Yes,
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 34 as a full exhibit. You recognize 34?
I do.
And what is 34?
That's a picture of Raul Valle at the time of booking.
On May 18th of 2022.
Yes.
States 35. Again, what does States 35 show?
A picture of Raul Valle on that date.
States 36.
Same, a little closer. You could see some marks up there near his forehead, light marks.
States 37.
That's the back of Raul Valle's head. Raul Valle's head.
Does there appear to be any injuries to the back of his head?
I can't see anything from here.
States 38. Showing you states 38. That's the back of his head again.
From here at this angle, I can maybe a little bit of redness under the hairline.
Okay. States 39.
That's Mr. Valle's right arm. There seems to be some light scratch marks.
States 40. Seems to be a older wound.
It does appear that that's his right hand. It appears that it looks like it's scabbed over a little bit.
States 41. Left hand.
That's his left hand, a scrape on his palm.
States 42. Any markings on his hand there?
Some light marks on his outer wrist. That's really all I can see there.
In States 43. Again, this is his left hand. Any markings there?
I can't see any.
Now, once the defendant turned himself in on the 18th, pursuant to the arrest warrant that you had secured, did the investigation stop there?
No, no.
Can you please tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what, if anything, you did after that point in time?
So myself and members of Detective Bureau located